how the things go wrong. Every night asking myself what happened to our happy home. Will I ever see you again? I need to know, my friend. The past is gone, the past is gone. Tomorrow's on, but tomorrow, girl, the sun is going down. I need you around. I'm willing to trade my life, trading my life for you. I'm willing to trade my life for you. My life for you. Now I'm sitting here reminiscing on what we used to share and how we used to be such a happy pair. Oh, yeah. I cannot believe we've thrown it all away. Tell me, will I see you again someday? Past is gone, tomorrow is going down, and I need you now. Trading my life for you. Trading my life for you. In my life, you in my life. We both know that we made a vow, said we'd always be together. Our love would endure, yes. But now you're gone and I'm all alone. But I leave you here and I'm willing to trade. Yes, I am. Hey, I'm willing to, from the bottom of my heart, I'm willing to trade it. Yes, sir. Tell me, are you with me? Are you willing to trade it? Will you trade it? Will you trade it? I'm willing to trade it. I don't even have to think about it twice. Hey, I'm trading. Somebody help me say I'm trading. Until you return to me, I'm gonna stay on my bended knees. And when I see it, I'm gonna stand up and reach my hands out to you and trade it. Yes, I will. Said I love my music and I love my fans, but I've got to step back. Look at this thing like it showed up is. So I'm gonna trade it. Tell me, do you remember when we Peace to the two people in the chat. Sending you love and light. Tell me, what does it profit a man to gain the world and lose the soul? Divine Discoveries, I appreciate you, love. I appreciate your energy and you being in this vibe with me. I'm glad that you are up and ready to receive the messages because, I really just want to lay down and get some rest. And I tried to go live earlier and my internet kept going out. And I realized, as my day went on that, it was my own energy that was shutting down my internet because, it was not time to speak at that moment. I have to be very careful with my words, with my energy at this time. And so it was not the time. And though this is the time, I really just want to lay down and rest. But, and I'm going to do just that. And I'm going to try to make this very quick. Don't want to be on here too long, but at the same time, I'm not putting a limit on, what spirit has to say. But I do appreciate you, Divine Discoveries. And again, I'm sending love, light, healing to all the gods and goddesses and to the earth as well. And I want to kind of return to, and I feel like, my messages going forward is going to be like an ongoing conversation, really. Again, I got to be very careful with my words. Because I realize so much about, what words do, especially, words that come from certain people, and that these words create entire universes that, are being experienced. And so, when we understand our power, then we have to be much more responsible with it. And so, even though I'm tired, in the physical, I agreed to be the messenger, and so here I am, okay, to deliver the messages. So, the last time that I was here, I believe that I was speaking about, the stairway to heaven that is extending from your heart center up to your next level of experience, your next level of awareness. This includes your next level of abundance, your next level of love and power, your next level of wisdom, and everything that is encompassed with you leveling up. But in order to level up, you do have to climb those steps. And the profound realization that, that I have come to, even though some very beautiful and magical things have happened since the last time that I was here, things that are so unreal that, my mind is still, it's not that I don't believe that these things are happening. Some things are just so supernatural to where it's like, it's like I have to digest this first before I can even begin to talk about it. And then I have to, I don't want to think about things too much because, we can tend to talk ourselves out of some very beautiful, magical, supernatural experiences by, allowing our minds to, take over the experience. And then it becomes more like a dream when it's really reality. And so, to not get too abstract with the subject matter, because I do intend to lie down and rest. And I'm only here to deliver the message that, I don't know if this is a scripture or this is something that I believe it is a scripture. So somebody can go look it up if they want to look it up. But, it's a scripture. There's a saying that it'll be easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than it would be for a rich man to enter into the gates of heaven. And so I kind of want to explain why, this is a fact. And it's because, first of all, because I want to tie this all together with this set of steps, these 11 steps that you have to climb in order to enter through that gate. And so, the rich man is not going to be able to go because the rich man has become a master builder in the matrix. The rich man has built a grand illusion for himself in the 3D world. The rich man probably lives in a mansion and he has the white picket fence and the dog and, the life that they sold to us on TV and in fairy tales. And it looks beautiful, but, I don't think it feels very good. Because for some reason, the rich man is still, on the same level with us, and his light is not even as bright as the rest of ours. And so why hasn't he climbed those steps? Why isn't he further up those steps than we are? Because the rich man is a master builder in this reality. And so he has used, his mental and I don't even want to say emotional, because I don't see a lot of emotion that has gone into the constructs in the matrix. And that's the problem with it, is that it was built from people's minds and the things that they think that they want. These are the things that they think will make them happy, the things that they think will fulfill them, the things that they think about. So the rich man is a master builder using the material that he finds in his intellect. So the rich man is a master builder using numbers and mathematics and 3D tools that help to measure the matrix. And so the rich man has figured out the codes and the formula to manipulate the matrix to his liking. And so the rich man has created his own heaven within the illusion. So when these steps that are illuminated before the rich man are presented to him, the rich man is being challenged to trade in his life for heaven. The rich man is being challenged to let go of the illusions that he has created for himself within the matrix, within his own mind, in exchange for heaven. He's being asked to relinquish that which he has created for himself in exchange for that which God has created for him. Why is there a separation? Because the rich man is confined within the walls of his own mind. And he loves it there because he created his heaven there. It's everything that I think that I want. The rich man has achieved and obtained all of the things that he thinks will make him happy, and yet the rich man is not happy. Entering into heaven is equivalent to entering into your own heart center. And in order to enter into your own heart center, you have to relocate from within the walls of your own mind. The rich man
would have to trade in the life that he created for himself in exchange for the life that God created for him. So he would have to trade in his own heaven that he created for himself for the truth. So basically, the rich man prefers to live in his illusions because he's figured it out, and he's figured out how to create everything that, he holds within his mind. And, on some level, this is fun. This is a level of creation, and yet he is not fulfilled in his heart. So in order to obtain heaven, you have to sacrifice the world, which means that if I want to step up on this first step that has been illuminated to me as my path, the path is lit. I know what I have to do. I see the step. It's right there. This is what I have to do. But in order for me to step on that step, I cannot be weighed down by all of the things that I'm attached to in 3D. So any person, place, or thing that is a part of this mental construct that I've created for myself, I would have to be willing to sacrifice those things, to let that go in order to get the truth. So if I have chosen a career for myself, and that career makes me a lot of money, and I can buy just about anything that I think that I want, with the money that I make from this career that I worked very hard to create for myself. But there is something, missing in my life. I feel empty inside. I'm lonely. Nobody understands the things that really matter to me. They expect me to be my job and my position and my social status, and to hold the position that I hold in my family. And they expect me to stand up to all of their expectations. And I'm doing that. I'm doing all of that. And I've obtained all of the things that I think that I'm supposed to have. And yet I'm still lonely, and yet I'm still empty inside. What is missing? And so that first step has been illuminated for you. What is it about that first step? Why is it glowing? What's illuminated? How do I know that this is where I'm supposed to go? That first step is something that you are being magnetized towards. It's lit up for you. It's glowing. It's a very bright light that you are attracted to, like a moth to a flame. That first step is something that you want more than you have ever wanted anything in your life, and you want it from a place within yourself that you've never even felt have any sort of desires there, or it's been a long time since you were even aware of, this consciousness that your heart has. So that first step is something that your heart is being drawn to. Something that most likely you probably cannot stop thinking about, that has made you discontent in your current situation, something that is meant for you. And yet in order to have it, you got to let go of what was not meant for you. Because you are just now beginning to understand who you are. And this takes us back around to the title of the video is Honoring God. So as you honor the consciousness within your own heart and the desires thereof, then you are honoring God. The kingdom of heaven is within you, and your God lives in that kingdom. So that first step that you are being asked to step upon is that which is lit before you as your heart's desire. Now, those of you who I'm speaking to, you know exactly what I'm speaking of. And if you don't know what I'm speaking of, then I'm not speaking to you. Not yet. But if you are there and you see this step illuminated before you that I'm speaking of, this is your first challenge. Your first challenge is to trade in the counterfeit, whatever it is that you created for yourself, in exchange for the real, whatever it is that God created for you. And you know exactly what it is that I'm speaking of. Now, the reason that I didn't even want to come and deliver this message is because I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. But for those of you who are going to take the step, I am very proud of you. I commend you. I am very pleased with you. But it's not about me being pleased with you. It is about the I am that is pleased with you. And it's about you being pleased with yourself and the choices that you have made and the challenges that you have faced and conquered. The choice that you make to see through the illusion and to honor your truth. When you honor your truth, you are honoring that smallest doll in the set of the Russian dolls. You are honoring the consciousness in the very last box of Pandora's box. You are honoring the heart at the very center of the unraveler's knot. You are honoring the God of your own being when you honor your heart. When you allow your intellect to come under submission to the heart, then you begin to manifest your heart's desires using your mental energy. This is how it's supposed to work. And yet there are many of you who are standing before this first step, and it is lit and it's drawing you to it and you're magnetized towards it, and you are resisting. You're not willing to trade in your life and your illusions for the truth. This is very disappointing on many levels because, you're depriving yourself, and it's only out of fear that you are immobilized. Of course, there's going to be many labels that you place upon the fear to mask it, because the devil's greatest trick is to convince the world that it doesn't exist. And so it's not fear, it's because of this and that and this and that. But let's unravel the this and that, and I guarantee you at the core of it is your fear. Your fear of trading in your current life and your current version of yourself for your newer life and your newer version of yourself. You can't have them both. And this is what a lot of the divine beings are going to try to do, especially the masculines. They're going to try to keep the future in the past And they're going to put the future over there, and they're going to put the past over there, because they don't want to relinquish the illusion for the truth. They want to keep them together. And this is why the state of the world is the way that it is. This is why the world does not know God. The world does not know love. Because when they come face to face with God and face to face with love, they say, oh no, this is way too much light. It's illuminating my shadows, my illusions. I got to put a lampshade over you. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you make me realize that there is a greater truth to experience? There is a greater love to experience. How dare you make me realize that there is a bigger creator than myself? There's a greater creator than me. How dare you offer me something greater than what I created for myself? How dare you? I don't want to see it. Put me back to sleep. I want to go back into the matrix. I don't want to remember this. I don't want to think about it. I want to go back into hypnotic rhythm and keep going around in circles and complaining about my circumstances. That's more comfortable to me than taking this leap of faith and trading in this unfulfilling circumstance in my life for that which I know will be fulfilling, because in the higher realms, it's already mine. I just got to jump up there and get it. But I can't take my mental construct with me. So a lot of you, because of all of your baggage, you're going to miss your window of opportunity to enter onto the mothership that's going to take you to the next level. Those stairs are not going to be extended forever. You will run out of time, as you have many times before. So the disappointment comes from understanding that a lot of you are going to, though you are fully aware of the truth that's being offered and presented to you, you are still going to choose the illusion. And so I just want you to be very clear that this is your doing and your choosing, and therefore do not blame God or anyone else for your state of being once you begin to experience the results of your choices, which were made in fear and not in love. Don't try to say that it wasn't offered to you, that it wasn't shown to you, that it wasn't made available. It was your choice to move or not to move. And so whatever choice that we make, because there is no judgment, the only one having your experience is you. Whatever choice you make, don't complain about it. Own it, live in it, stand in it, stand on it, learn to love it. If possible. But for those of you who are choosing yourself, you are also facing a challenge, and that challenge is also to learn the art of releasing and letting go. Because, there are many things that all of us would like to take with us. We wish that our loved ones would awaken with us and they would go and, they would make the necessary changes and all of that. But at this point, you have run out of time. So you're all being faced with a choice. Trade in your current life for your new life, or not. It's as simple as that. We feel the true peace available naturally. Fear destroys most of our courage to push past. Divine discoveries, and this is, this is the challenge at this point is, you know, what are you going to choose? Because, a lot of you are being offered the very things that you have prayed for. And yet you are still contemplating, not accepting it. And so, for those of you who are being offered the world in exchange for heaven, I know you know which choice you are supposed to make. And, that also is going to require a leap of faith for you to be willing to leave behind those that you know were meant to go with you, and yet they have chosen not to. So are you going to allow that to hinder you on your path? Or do you love yourself enough to know that you have earned this and to allow yourself to have it? So the secret that you don't understand, Divine One, is that when you have the courage and the strength to let go of all of your earthly attachments to people, places, and things that weigh you down or hold you back, to things that equate to spiritual gravity, there's a better version of that person, place, or thing waiting for you on that next level. It requires trust, faith, and a very close relationship with the indwelling spirit that will be your guide from here on out. And this is the message that I came to deliver. It's plain, it's simple, and what is understood does not need to be explained. So for those of you who understand, I hope that you fully understand that even when you decide not to choose, you are choosing. Even when you decide not to choose, you have chosen. And the universe is going to honor your choices. So for those of you who have chosen another cycle of hypnotic rhythm, I send you peace, love, light, and healing. And for those of you who have chosen to take that leap of faith and to actually walk your talk, the Most High is very pleased with you. Congratulations and welcome.